Hey everybody, welcome to No Excuses. I'm your host, Rodney Arbona, and my special guest with me today is Vincent Curatola. And he's well known with The Sopranos, but more than that, he's got a heck of a heart, a great actor in multiple capacities, and even giving back with teaching.
Yeah, acting workshop.
Acting workshops, good for you.
Yes, very gratifying.
That's gotta be.
It's very gratifying, and we have some great students, talented people. And I just got into this about a year ago. And I love it because they don't realize that they're teaching me.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, they really are. They're teaching me. I see things in them that maybe mistakes I might have made when I started out.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully I don't make any more. You know?
We'll never see that, Vince.
Thank you. Thank you.
But that's so true. I noticed even with myself when I do certain educational things, like you just said, I says, wow, this is kind of neat. I'm actually learning and teaching all at the same time.
Yeah.
So what made you get into that?
I'm a jazz singer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a jazz singer. I have a 5-piece jazz band.
Oh, we really have to talk.
Oh, okay. I was booked into this place called Maureen's Jazz in Nyack a couple of times. And the owners came to me and said, you know, have you ever thought of an acting workshop? I said, well, we did something with Michael Imperioli many years ago in Manhattan. And then Michael sold the building, so the class ended. But I said, yeah, I would have a craving to do something like that. And we scheduled it. The first run of 6 weeks was about a year ago, and it went extremely well.
That's excellent.
And so we've continued it. And as a matter of fact, we had it today for 4 hours.
Yes.
And now we're here with Steve at St. Anthony, Steve Muscatello. Does wonderful work, and he's one of our students, and it's very gratifying. It really is.
That's wonderful. Now, what are the age group of your students?
We have everybody.
That's wonderful.
We have, I think we go down to 22, and I know for a fact we're close to 70.
That's amazing.
In age, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you started your acting career, what did you think your career was going to look like?
I said to myself, when I started, I was 37, 38 years old. I said to myself, well, you know, I'll get an episode of Law and Order every blue moon, you know, and I can walk around, call myself an actor, and so on and so forth. And I really did like the stage. I did some work in regional theater, not a lot. I was running a business. I really didn't have the time for this at all.
Really?
At all.
What was the business?
Masonry.
Well, wow.
Masonry construction. I owned a business for many years. And I'm very pragmatic, I'm very practical, and I really didn't want to go and study acting, but my wife convinced me. She said, you know, Michael Moriarty, the star of Law and Order, teaches acting in Manhattan. I said, yeah, I don't know, maybe, you know, kind of. So I relented, I went, I audited 2 or 3 of his classes. I never said a word. And finally, he said to me, well, are you going to do something? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to open my mouth with regard to. But it began gradually. And a few years later was my first season on The Sopranos. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So thank goodness your wife pushed you.
Yes.
Because here it is, you're not thinking you're going to get anywhere.
No.
And obviously there is plenty of hidden talent, because let's face it, how many people just act for a few years and get on such an amazing show as The Sopranos?
But I think that my life experience was my real acting background, because I was dealing with customers, I was dealing with banks, and you know, we act every day.
That's, of course.
You know, Shakespeare was right. You know, it's just a big stage.
That's right.
And little by little, and of course the writing was so gorgeous on Sopranos that it was tough to make a mistake.
That's awesome.
You know.
How was it being on the cast and crew?
The cast is extremely close to this day.
Yes, I know.
As much of the crew is.
Yeah.
And then as far as the crew, we run into each other on different shows now with different movies.
That's great.
And you know, we have a bond that I believe is unbreakable.
That's great.
I really believe it's unbreakable, because we knew people from other television shows that were successful, and no cast, supposedly, was as symbiotic as we all were.
That's
so
great.
It's like a phenomenon.
you know, when you watch the show, you could feel that there's more going on behind the scenes that the
Oh,
show
yeah.
doesn't even allow
Absolutely.
to happen, because
Yeah.
obviously camaraderie is tough when you're beating each other up
Correct,
and looking
correct.
for turf war.
That's true.
But you can tell that how smooth it was,
Mhm.
and you can feel like the energy between each of you, even if you're on different sides.
We were around
How-
each other a lot.
How it was just like
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, we finished each other's sentences within
And
the
that's
realm.
the point.
Yeah, within the realm of the dialogue, because we spent a lot of time together.
That's wonderful.
And the writers would occasionally hang out with us, so they'd pick up something that
Of course.
somebody would say, and then, you know, it would wind up to a degree in script.
That's
You know,
excellent.
it
man.
worked very well. It
That's
really
excellent.
worked very well.
And now you're giving that gift back to your students.
I hope so, because I love doing it. I really love doing
That's great.
it. It's just, I look forward to every class. I'm happy that they come in. They still keep coming in. I beat them up occasionally, figuratively, but they like it because I make them understand that, you know, a workshop is not a performance space.
Right.
It's a place where you work. It's a place where you try to get to that one spot
That's
where
excellent.
you feel like you're flying.
Wow, that's beautifully said.
So,
So where can they find this workshop then?
it's housed at a place called Maureen's Jazz Club in Nyack. It's a wonderful, old-fashioned jazz venue.
It's awesome.
7 nights a week. The class is on Saturday afternoons.
Excellent.
I don't have the phone number offhand,
That's
but
okay.
again, Maureen's Jazz Cellar in Nyack, and you call for information about the acting workshop.
That's fantastic. What's next for you?
I go back to Law and Order quite often as a
Good.
judge. As for
I
you.
have seen you, yes.
Yeah, I did. I played the mayor of Boston Patriots Day, the Wahlberg movie. I did a movie a few years back with Jimmy and Brad Pitt called Killing Them Softly in New Orleans. It
Interesting.
runs a lot.
Yes.
And that's it in my jazz work.
What inspires you?
The fact that if you go and hide and you have something to offer, if you go and hide it, you're committing a mortal sin. So as long as I have something to offer, I'll just stay out there.
You sure do, Vin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
It's
God
great
bless.
seeing you. God bless
Good
you.
to see you.
Vincent Curatola,
Thank
thanks
you.
for being on No Excuses.
Sure.
We'll see you again. Have a great day.
Bye.